kind of perturbed us because we knew the real story by that time. And we were just upset. And all of a sudden, somebody said they were going to go ahead and stop. Well, you can go ahead and finish the story from there.
So, we concluded the conference call. Zombie and I felt very refreshed. We thought we had gotten through to him. We thought he was going to make a change, and he did make a change for a couple days. And then I think it was the third day that he reverted right back. Something happened. An issue, a lie was brought up about the coworker from an outside party, and he made the issue worse than it really was. There was no due process. We couldn't even really investigate it, and he let her go. Basically fired her. And Zombie and I are pretty good investigators. We will find out the truth. And we're going to take our time trying to find out the truth. And we found out that it was a lie, and then she contacted us later, and we discovered that he had used that opportunity to, seeing that she was in a vulnerable state, he used that opportunity to almost force himself upon her. Not really physically, but it was more emotionally and spiritually and all the others other than physical. And what he said really upset Zombie. He was the first one to go. Because what he said was it was his network. He was going to do whatever the fuck he wanted to. Despite what me and Zombie, because at that time I was the vice president, and the sexual harassment, the 8 women came forward to me, and it was my job to kind of take care of the situation, speak to everybody, find out what was going on, and he was just giving us half-truths or total lies.
Yes, and
playing the victim.
And the bad part about this was, this wasn't just 8 women on his part. This happened to be another 7 women on my part. Because I got calls later on saying, I'm glad you left that place, blah, blah, blah. This is what happened. I'm like, well, I'm not having anything to do with him. I really don't care right now, but I'll go ahead. And I had to listen to these stories from these women about what he was doing, and it all boiled down to the same thing. The white knight, I'm going to basically find these vulnerable women, and I'm going to utilize their vulnerability in the place that they're in, because they're either near suicide. Most of the women with PTSD and coming out of the military, that's where they are vulnerable at, and he uses that as a ploy to basically pick up women. Well, this is where I sat and I was I drew my line, and I'm like, oh, hell no, you're not going to play this game. You're not going to sexually harass women just to get a hookup. And the whole reason you're on trying to do this network is because you're basically trying to get a hookup with any female that comes around you. And this is what happens with this guy. And it sucks because he seems like he had good intentions in the first place, but when it comes down to it, I said those good intentions were all scattered when he decided to use it as his own personal hookup site. I said it's his own personal Tinder is what it is, and he's able to find these vulnerable women a hell of a lot easier because these women are looking for help. They're reaching out and basically asking for help, yet he's claiming to have a 501c3 and that he's helping out veterans, yet he has done nothing to help veterans.
Exactly.
He talks about all the stuff that he does and what good he's doing for veterans and what he's going to do for veterans, and you know what? It absolutely disgusts me because I know good and well that as it's been since we left the first time, it's just been one joke, and that's all he's been is playing after these women and trying to get a hookup off these women. And at the same time, he has a woman at home that he treats like basically a slave. This woman sits there and makes excuses for him. She is a victim in this, and it sucks. But the problem is, she has such a low self-esteem and not confident enough in herself to start over again that she deals with this crap because this is the only way she feels that she'll ever be loved, and that's sad. And this is how he plays on weaknesses of females, and it sucks. I don't like guys like that.
Yeah, and so you know, with us being upset, we left. You know, we were like, hey, and we kept quiet about it. We didn't post on Facebook. We didn't make a big deal about it because we wanted this to be kind of a eye-opener, maybe, you know, light a fire under his ass kind of thing, and for him to start moving in the right direction. And so for 4 months, last month he was contacting both of us. I want you guys to come back. Whatever I'm doing, it's not working. I need you guys to come back. Please come back. Please. So he contacted Zombie and said, Zombie, I want you to come back. Zombie said, I'll only come back if you can get Mayhem to come back. And so Zombie contacted me. He didn't contact me himself. Zombie did. And so we started talking about, okay, well, do you want to come back? I kind of do, because it's a good hobby to have, and get on the air and speak my mind, and Zombie felt the same way. And so we started talking, okay, we'll only come back if we lay down a few stipulations, because we will not have the same attitude that he did before. Any sexual harassment, oh, boom, done. Anything, I can't remember all the stipulations. It was, one of the stipulations was if we come back, it's going to be a 3 ownership. It's going to be me, Zombie, and him. And he agreed to that, which I was surprised. We said that we want our co-worker to come back. Another stipulation, if there's any issues, that it needs to be investigated by me and Zombie first before anybody is fired. We had stipulations of if somebody's in the group and they haven't done anything, they haven't talked about a show, they haven't made any effort, they haven't really communicated, they're just kind of dead weight, we need to let them go. And the thing is we gave him a pretty big list of stipulations to let us come back. He agreed to it. One of them, the biggest one was we need to separate your 501c3 from the network. We can't have it having the same name. It's throwing people off, and then that way we could do it like Freedom Alliance Network and sponsor of your 501c3, and without me saying the name, any listener can pretty much figure out who we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, and anybody that's ever dealt with us and dealt with the network knows exactly who we're talking about. And the fact is that the 501c3 is non-existent, and nor will it be existent because of the fact that, you know what, there's nothing in his mind to want to help veterans. The only thing that he wants a 501c3 for is to see what he can do for himself. And that's sad. I said that it's turned into, I want to help the veterans, to I want to become like another individual that we left before.
Yeah.
And all I care about is myself and lining my pockets and doing this and getting the fame from being on a radio show, in which he wasn't even doing a radio show. He was getting all these numbers and everything else by playing old time radio, which is a great idea. But he was he was plagiarizing and going ahead and bringing up all sorts of copyright issues because he was just basically
he wouldn't take the
copying
time.
and pasting the stuff across.
He wouldn't take the time to edit. And to go back to what you said about the other individual that we left, in my mind, I think it's worse. His actions are worse than the other individual because at least the other individual was a veteran. And he started off on the right path. And fame and fortune kind of got the best of him. And it happens to all of us because, you know, the biggest, the root of all evil is money.
Exactly. And I agree with that.
But what's worse is this individual is a civilian. And I have even told his girlfriend, that's why we don't like 501c3s that are aimed at helping vets, because civilians don't know what's best for the vets. They don't. And then
they have no clue.
And then all he's
what a veteran needs. They have no clue what a veteran wants. They have no clue of how to deal with the veteran community and getting them to get involved in helping another organization. And once they find out that it's ran by an individual that is not a veteran, most of the time another veteran group will not help them out. And that is how it works. No matter what you want to believe, I said, this is the system. And I mean, unless you have veterans backing you, you have no chance.
That's why we joined. That's why we joined them. We are veterans ourselves, and we thought, hey, you know, we know what the veterans, but we at least know what they need or what they want. We know how to talk to them, and so he actually had 3 veterans helping him. The other coworker is a veteran, and everybody else non-veterans, part of the network, and that's fine. That's fine. You know, they're doing their thing. They're mostly, all of them that I've seen that we have not kicked out yet are patriots. They want to see change in this country. They want to see unity. They don't want to see division. They want to have a voice.
They're true freedom fighters, is what they are.
Yeah. And we have no problem with freedom fighters. We're like, hey, the more the merrier. But then let's fast forward to last week. It started about Wednesday, I think it was, right? Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. Okay, so Zombie and I had told him before that we need to focus more on the live shows than just on the pre-recorded shows. We need the pre-recorded shows, we need them to be edited so you don't have any copyright infringement. We need to put in our own material. We can't just put it up there and say, this is our own material. No, we have to make it our own material. And there was so much pushback from him. Like, he didn't understand that we were trying to make it better. And if you go and you listen to yesterday's retro radio, you will see that, yes, it's my voice in there. We added some music for the times. And you'll see that it's not a 45-minute long of the old radio. There's breaks in between. It's edited. It should prevent a lot of the copyright issues because, you know, when you post to YouTube, there's a lot of algorithms and everything that recognize certain voices, certain tones, and stuff like that. And so we made it our own. Okay? Yesterday's show is our own. And there was a lot of pushback from this individual. He didn't want that to happen. We asked him time and time again to, you know, and we were trying to compromise. You know, he thought we were just going to get rid of the whole thing. No, we were saying, no, we're going to keep it. We're going to make it more consistent. we're gonna have a schedule for it. So 2 o'clock is gonna be this